Stay with me until the end, because I'm about to reveal a detail almost invisible, one that nearly everyone overlooks, but it could be the very factor that decides your fate between a life of health and a devastating illness. Tonight, you'll see your own body in a way you've never imagined, and you'll never look at your kidneys the same way again. Let's start with a scenario. Imagine waking up in the middle of the night, just like any other night. But something feels different. You notice your mouth is drier than usual, your eyes are a bit puffy, and for some reason, you feel more tired than usual, even though you slept 8 hours. It's easy to brush it off. Maybe you just need more rest, or perhaps the day was simply stressful. But what if these subtle signals were actually your body desperately trying to warn you that something is wrong deep inside, where you'd least expect it? Most people never even consider their kidneys, unless something goes terribly wrong. They work in silence, hidden at the back of your body, just below your ribs, filtering your blood every second, every minute, without asking for thanks. But here's the truth. By the time most people realize their kidneys are in trouble, more than 3/4 of the damage is already done.
What if I told you that in the next 10 minutes, you might discover you've been ignoring a symptom that could change your life forever? Because the signals your kidneys send are almost always masked by routine, stress, or everyday fatigue. But one wrong move, one ignored warning, and the cost could be irreparable. Let's dig deeper. Have you ever stared at your urine, noticing it looks a little different, maybe darker, with an odd foam clinging to the surface? Or perhaps you've suddenly felt a burning need to rush to the bathroom, only to find you can barely go at all. These details may sound mundane, but for your body, they're an SOS. Why? Because urine isn't just waste, it's your body's silent report card. The kidneys are responsible for filtering 150 liters of blood every day, yet they make less than 2 liters of urine. Every drop holds clues to your internal world. Dark, reddish, or unusually bubbly urine isn't random, it's the first whisper of your filters struggling to do their job. If you start seeing foam, especially if it's persistent and looks like egg whites in water, that's albumin, your blood's precious protein, leaking out when it shouldn't. Ignoring it is like watching smoke pour from your car and hoping it'll stop on its own. But let's take a step further. Maybe you've noticed that you're waking up with swollen ankles, or the rings on your fingers are tighter than usual. Sometimes, even your face feels puffier in the morning. Most people think it's just salt, a heavy meal, or even allergies. Rarely do they suspect that this could be the visible effect of their kidneys losing control over fluid balance, allowing sodium and water to build up, flooding the body from the inside out. Here's something most people miss. Swelling doesn't always start at your feet. Sometimes it creeps up elsewhere, the eyelids, hands, even the abdomen. It's gravity's play, and your body's desperate attempt to keep toxins at bay. Imagine a dam with a tiny leak. At first, only a trickle escapes. But left unchecked, the pressure builds, and one day the wall gives way. You might shrug off swelling as harmless. But inside, your blood is thickening with toxins, and your heart and lungs are working overtime to compensate. That's why, as the days go by, a new symptom quietly slips in: breathlessness. Not just after climbing stairs, but even when you're resting, or worse, lying down at night. This isn't just shortness of breath, it's your blood, now overloaded with waste and short on oxygen, struggling to keep you alive. Science has shown that when kidneys falter, they can no longer produce enough erythropoietin, the hormone that tells your bone marrow to make red blood cells. Without these cells, oxygen doesn't get where it's needed. Suddenly, even the simplest tasks, walking, showering, talking, feel like mountains. Fatigue sinks in, heavy and unshakable. And often, it's misdiagnosed, as depression, as overwork, as anything except what it truly is. Do you ever wonder why you're so tired, even after a good night's sleep? Have you ever struggled to focus, or found yourself dizzy for no apparent reason? It's not just in your head. When toxins build up in the bloodstream, they reach your brain, clouding your thoughts, stealing your energy. Studies published in the American Journal of Kidney Diseases reveal that cognitive decline and memory loss often precede a kidney diagnosis by months, sometimes years. If you've experienced unexplained itching, don't reach for another cream, look inward. The skin is an organ of warning, reflecting the chaos beneath. As the kidneys lose their filtering power, minerals and toxins accumulate in the body, irritating nerves and skin cells. Dry, flaky, or yellowish patches may appear, spreading slowly, sometimes with a maddening itch that keeps you awake at night. You may even notice your skin taking on a strange hue, pale, yellow, or brownish, thanks to the buildup of uremic toxins. Dermatologists estimate that nearly 1 in 10 patients they diagnose with persistent itching or skin changes actually have a hidden kidney disorder. Let's talk about another sign, one that's often dismissed as trivial: an odd, metallic taste in your mouth, or persistent bad breath. It's more than just poor hygiene. The culprit is urea, a toxic byproduct that healthy kidneys should filter out. As it accumulates in the blood, it seeps into saliva, coating your mouth with a bitter, metallic flavor and a smell you can't brush away. If food suddenly tastes off, or you lose your appetite for no clear reason, don't ignore it. This may be your body's desperate attempt to protect itself. And here's a warning that often flies under the radar: sleep disturbances. You lie awake, tossing and turning, your mind restless. Or maybe you snore loudly, waking up gasping for air. When kidneys can't filter waste, toxins linger in the blood, throwing your sleep cycle into disarray and, in severe cases, causing sleep apnea. If you've tried everything, changing pillows, meditation, even medication, but nothing works, your kidneys might be the missing piece of the puzzle. But what if none of these symptoms appear? You might think you're in the clear, but if you have high blood pressure or diabetes, even without symptoms, your kidneys are at risk. Blood vessels in the kidneys are fragile, like the thinnest glass, and when forced to handle high pressure or excess sugar, they crack and scar. According to the National Kidney Foundation, nearly 40% of people with uncontrolled hypertension develop kidney damage, often without any warning signs. Diabetes, too, is a silent killer. It thickens the blood, damages vessels, and slowly destroys the kidney's filtering units, one by one. You might be asking, is it too late? The truth is, kidney damage creeps up slowly, often over years. By the time most people take it seriously, up to 80% of function may be gone. But here's the hope: if you start now, you can slow, stop, or even reverse some of the damage. So, what can you do, starting today? The first step is to listen to your body's whispers before they become screams. Never ignore changes in urine, unexplained swelling, fatigue, or skin problems. If you notice these, talk to your doctor and ask for a kidney function test, especially if you have risk factors like hypertension, diabetes, family history, or you're over 60. Hydration is your shield. Not just any water. Studies show that warm or hot water may help the kidneys flush toxins more effectively. One trial showed a dramatic reduction in creatinine levels among patients who drank a liter of hot water in a short period. But don't overdo it. Too much water can also stress weak kidneys. Be wary of over-the-counter painkillers, especially nonsteroidal anti-inflammatory drugs like ibuprofen. While they soothe pain, they also constrict blood flow to the kidneys, putting immense pressure on an already struggling organ. Antibiotics are another risk. They save lives, but can turn toxic if your kidneys are weak. Never self-medicate if you suspect kidney trouble. Diet matters. Too much processed food, salt, and sugar accelerates kidney decline. Focus on fresh, whole foods, lean proteins, and especially plant-based sources. Exercise isn't just about weight or looks, it's a prescription for your kidneys. Regular activity lowers blood pressure, balances blood sugar, and improves circulation, giving your kidneys a fighting chance. Have you ever wondered why some people get kidney stones and others don't? It's not just bad luck. Dehydration, too much salt, and not enough calcium can make your kidneys a battleground. If you've had stones before, your risk is higher. If you ignore the signs, the stones can grow large enough to block urine flow, leading to unbearable pain and sometimes infection or permanent loss of kidney function. One last secret, rarely mentioned: if you were born prematurely, with low birth weight, or if kidney problems run in your family, you may be at risk even if you feel fine. Get tested regularly. Prevention is worth more than any cure. Remember, kidneys don't ask for much, but once they fail, there's no turning back. The final choice is yours: ignore the signs, or take control. Your health, your future, could depend on a single decision. If you recognized yourself in any of these signs, comment below and tell your story. Your experience could save someone else. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss a chance to protect your health. And if this video made you look at your body in a new way, share it with someone you care about. See you in the next video, and until then, stay vigilant.